All right, Saddiq Bey is feeling good, looking good, and just from the summer league games, if we can partner him with the young stuff coming in, um, Craig, it's pretty exciting. So, Craig, what did you hear about Saddiq Bey? You came to me with an article. What was it, and what's it all about?
Yeah, so I was on The Athletic, James Edwards, doing a good piece again, and he got a tip on this one. I was listening to their podcast as well. But Saddiq Bey was told by the Pistons, hey, you need to get away from basketball just for a little bit. Like, stop training just for one day and take some time this summer and get away. So Saddiq Bey took that advice and he decided to go to Colorado for hiking. But here's the catch. You ready for it? He went hiking one day a week, and he also went with Aaron Dotson, the video coordinator for the Pistons, and they've been using Colorado's facilities, and they have been practicing and getting up at 3:45 a.m.,
Mm.
working out, going to the basketball, and they're playing basketball for 3 hours before Colorado gets there at 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, Saddiq's being Saddiq. The guy doesn't have an off switch. It's just part of the reason why we love him.
Absolutely, and he's one of the guys that if we have a good year, he's the guy Pistons fans, kind of the Pistons fans that haven't been watching these last few years are gonna
Yeah,
really be like, that's the guy. That because Cade's great, Ivy can be great, but Sadiq's like that hardworking. Everyone kind of falls in love with him, and then you start seeing stories like this, and it's like,
yeah,
man, this is a guy that it's like I'm rooting for you. And what if he, he has that kind of Ben Wallace type of thing for us this third phase of these Detroit Pistons, where it's like Sadiq's kind of that hardworking but
sure.
talented guy. That would be, man, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And I mean, he doesn't have that ridiculous talent or top
Ex-
level end game like I think we're hoping from Ivy and Duran and Cade and stuff like that. But he's the kind of guy that helps you win a championship. When those other guys are clicking, you still need other dudes to just play well. And Sadiq's like, you know what? I'll go to Colorado because if I'm in good shape in high altitude, I'm in good shape anywhere. And he was working on stuff that he struggled with. I mean, when you watch the Pistons last year, Saddiq Bey could shoot the ball, but he was streaky. Like he would get hot, catch fire. We all know about the 51-point game against the Magic. Like he could catch fire, but there were games where he just was missing and missing and missing. And so one of the things that they've been working on heavily down in Colorado is this idea of I got to get my shot off faster with extreme closeouts. Because
Hmm.
in year two, they were closing out on him a lot faster on the three because the scouting report is out. Dude shooting threes, and he still made 211, I think it was. So, I
Okay.
mean, most in Pistons history, but let's just see a little more consistency, and then you could have something real scary.
Yeah, and so the work ethic is there. Because I was looking at that article as well, and it just it was saying like I'm just always at the gym. He said it's hard for me to find another hobby. This was the best that I could do. So to your point, hey, I'm here, but I'm kind of not. I'm kind of even at high altitude, I'm still going hard. So it's like this guy is ready to go. Excuse
Yep,
me.
he's dying. He's
Yeah.
dying,
What the
ladies and
heck's
gentlemen.
going
He's just like, what is going
I'm
on?
getting too
It's just
excited.
too
I'm
much good
getting
stuff to talk about. He got a little excited. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Sadiq Bey does that. He's a hard worker. Chris can't even have enough stamina to talk for a
oh
4-minute video.
yeah, I'm back. I I don't know. Am I back?
I don't know. Are you back?
My gosh. I was like, man, yes, I'm kind of thirsty. I should get something to drink before we start filming. And I'm not
How
fully
many
back.
people stopped watching this video just because they don't want to hear you struggle through? I'm a little nasally too,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's
I
no
think
big
I'm
deal.
okay. Jeez,
You
man. Sorry about that.
How do
Everybody's
you
like,
feel? Let me ask you this question. How do you feel about high altitude training? You think it's a real thing?
I do because I went up on a mountain in Colorado. It
Oh,
was, I
Pikes
thought,
Peak,
hey,
huh?
Pikes Peak. I thought, hey,
Of course it
what we're gonna
was.
do? It's this mountain. We're gonna go up, take pictures. Cool. I'll ride with you. You ride with me. Next thing you know, an hour and a half later, you're up here, and I'm like, what the heck? And I remember getting out of the car and just being like super messed up, and that's
I'm gonna die.
and that's when I knew altitude's a problem.
Altitudes are a real thing, and I think I'm always amazed, like with the Nuggets or something like that. I mean, we always talk about how you have to prepare to play in the high altitude. They talk about with the Denver Broncos at Mile High Stadium, and they're
Mhm.
like, it's a real thing that players have to prepare for. The air is thinner. So when you breathe in, you're just not getting as much. Here's the question I have, and I'm not a doctor, and I don't expect you to be able to know this. Maybe
Mhm.
somebody else will. How long is that impacted? Because Saddiq Bey is coming back. He's going to join the team for Summer League. And I believe he's going to go back to the facility in Detroit. And he's going to start playing with the team again. So, I mean, he'll be back there till October, the next few months, and he'll be training with them. It'll be interesting to see. But what I like even more about that extreme workout and the mile high conditions or whatever it might be, what I love about it even more is we're practicing that quick release. We're practicing consistency on closeouts with a hand in the face, with an arm up. Like, I'm very happy to hear about that, because as much as I loved Saddiq Bey the last 2 years, his inconsistency at times could be infuriating.
Mhm.
Consistency when you're not the guy, to be able to be a consistent threat is huge, right?
Yeah, and that's what, I hope he's improved, and that's what's nice is like you get these like reports about hardworking guys, and I know a lot of guys are hardworking,
Yeah, of
but
course.
I still don't care. I still want to like hear about it. Like you see like an
Yes.
Instagram picture with Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Lions. It's like, okay, yeah, yeah. But it's like I
Yeah.
know a lot of people working hard, but to actually get those reports, know that you're like, he's out there, he's working hard. And I feel like we're really buying into this group of guys versus it felt like constant in and out these last 10 years where it's like Saddiq, you're getting stories on him. It's his third year. You knew what he did first year, second, and you're just buying into these guys and see their
Hmm.
strengths and weaknesses and know, man, if you can improve in this area or that area, man, we really got something. And so that's what I'm most excited about is the casual Pistons fan is like starting to wake up a little bit and see, okay, we got these core guys. We
Yeah.
added, and he's one of the main core guys that we need. And it's just great to hear these stories and see if he can work on the things that we've seen, he struggles with. Man, you work on that. It's just like, man, it's just exciting and everyone's kind of behind him.
Yeah.
Just when you hear these little stories, again, it's a long way to go, but
Yeah,
it's
and the
still cool.
writing's on the wall, isn't it?
Mhm.
Like, Sadiq, like, we value what you do, and I think Dwayne Casey even talked about getting him in more pick and roll as the ball handler and
Yep.
situations like that. So they worked on that as well. But like, the writing's on the wall with the talent that we've brought into this team. If that comes to fruition, like, Sadiq is not going to be the second scoring option. I mean, he might be the third, probably the fourth.
Right.
And so, like, when you're looking at those, you're like, all right, you need to be able to hit open shots. You need to be able to play defense. You have to be in good shape. And here's the other thing that I was just so intrigued by. Troy Weaver, I think it was Troy Weaver that was saying it in the summer league. He was doing an interview as the game was going, and he was talking about Saddiq Bey and how they want him to get away from the game, but at the same time, he's just one of the hardest workers he's ever seen.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's like, all right, I want to hear about it. And an Instagram post is great. And a player talking about how the hard work he's put, every player says they put in hard work.
That's
But
right.
when you have GMs and coaches, they only get to say that about like one player a year.
That's right.
They don't get to. Troy Weaver's not going to go and say that Jalen Duren's the hardest worker he's ever seen right after he says Saddiq Bey is one of the hardest workers he's ever seen. It's
That's
just
right.
not going to. He might compliment him in a different way, but he's not going to say he's the hardest worker. So that is telling me it's legit. The guy goes. I hope his body continues to hold up, because that's all he knows is work hard, work hard, work hard. But I can tell you plenty of athletes who just never stopped working hard and their bodies held up, the Kobe
Absolutely.
Bryants of the world. And you can cross to different sports. You can go Jerry Rice. You can go Rafael Nadal in tennis, like guys that, I'm not saying Sadiq's that talent or that caliber, but sometimes when you tell your body you're never going to stop, your body responds really well. So
Absolutely. And
it's exciting.
yeah, because you and I have been on like we talk about load management and just different things of like, can you handle this or not? And then,
Sure.
but in my thought is like, yeah, man, easy, easy, take a sec. But no, I do believe that there are some guys that just this is how they work.
Yeah.
They don't know how to take it off, and it's not. I don't think it hurts them. So I think
No.
absolutely. It's just exciting, good stuff to hear, and I'm excited for him and just excited to see as the season progresses because man, we're seeing good summer league stuff. Add him, add
Yeah.
obviously it's exciting. So
Yeah.
make sure you subscribe. Leave in the comments any thoughts that you have, anything that we might be missing, and we will see all of you on the next one.
See you.